All right, Doug. So if you can go back to college or even just like that transition from college student to young professional, what advice would you give yourself?
Just suck it up. Like,
Suck it up.
like I know you don't want to study. I know you don't want to do this. I know you don't want to go to class, but at the end of the day, like you're gonna better yourself by doing this stuff, and put your head down and get going, grind it out. Yeah. Embrace the suck.
Embrace the suck. So I'm out here with Eli Hernandez, aka I got him coach from San Marcos State, correct? Is where you graduated from?
Texas State.
You're currently working as a teacher at what school?
Chapa Middle School.
Chapa Middle School out here in Kyle, or?
Yeah, Kyle, Texas.
Kyle, Texas, dope. How do I know you, Eli? How did I first get introduced to you?
Through Xbox. Yeah, it was.
Through Tony?
It was either Tony or VC or Brandon. Mm-hmm. One of those three guys. Okay. I know you went to school with VC. Mm-hmm. I went to school with Tony and Brandon.
Got you.
That's kind of how everything went.
Damn. Okay. So, sorry, dude. I'm fucking hungry. So, just had to eat some. So we knew each other through Xbox. It was fucking crazy. I remember. Where's Brittany at? What you call? You had invited Andy to your wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Regardless of like not ever meeting him in person.
Yeah.
None of us had ever met him. It was just fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And then I remember meeting you guys one time for lunch in the Valley, and I was like, "Hey, you invite Andy, right?" And you don't even know what the fuck this guy is. And I saw Brittany's face immediately, just like. And I'm sure you guys had a conversation about that, no doubt. But.
I think it was a little bit of a conversation. I don't know if it was like too big of a deal, because then I think I ended up telling her, I was like, he's probably not even going to come anyways. No one's ever met him.
which ended up happening. You were right.
Yeah.
You were right. Did not
at that point, no one had ever met him, and until Tony's wedding, I think like a year later, right?
Yeah. Did you go to Tony's wedding?
No, I couldn't make it. I think it was during like the COVID times and everything.
Got
right?
you. The first one was, and then the second one.
Yeah.
He didn't get married twice. It's just they had two weddings.
Yeah.
Because of COVID.
COVID, and then the second time, we had already had something like planned. I think we had another wedding or something.
True.
Yeah.
Damn, Tony. I guess he chose the other person over you, dog. I'm just kidding. No. Even though you were the one that introduced me to him somehow, That's fucking hilarious. Okay, dog. So, again, you said you're a teacher right now. So what school did you graduate from again? College?
Texas State University.
Texas State. And what did you acquire your degree in?
I got an exercise and sports science degree with a concentration in physical education, K through 12, with a secondary teaching cert in history.
God damn.
Yeah.
That's hefty. I remember, and you said you did that along with Michael Castro. You guys were doing your teaching.
Yeah. We were in some classes together. Not sure how I figured out that he was from the Valley as well. I think it was maybe through you. I think we met up at some point, and I was like, whoa, this guy's in my classes. Yeah, and then that was a small world connection.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Texas in general is pretty small world.
I feel like a lot of people from the Valley end up going to Texas State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. So prior to Texas State, did you go straight to Texas State from the Valley? Because you said you were from Memorial, right?
Yeah.
Did you go straight to Texas State, or did you go
No, I went to STC. South Texas College for 2 years.
Oh, and I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was there for 2 years. Actually, I was there for 1 year, got accepted to Texas A&M Kingsville, and had registered, had all my classes, had my dorm assigned and everything. And then like 2 weeks before I was supposed to move, I was like, I don't really want to go to Kingsville. I was like, I don't really want to go to Kingsville. I just kind of want to leave the Valley. And I was like, but this is not where I want to go. So I withdrew from there and re-enrolled at STC, and then made the strides to get to Texas State.
Damn. It goes to show, guys, you can do whatever direction you want. You got to follow whatever it is.
Yeah.
Bro. If your heart and your gut's telling you not to do it, I'm glad you didn't, because you and that met your fucking wife.
Oh, yeah.
Dog.
That's where I met my wife, at Texas State. So
2 years in STC. What made you decide to go to Texas State?
Came up and visited with some friends his girlfriend was going to school here. So we came up to visit her and just had a weekend up here, and I just fell in love with the campus, fell in love with the area. Did a little more research into, what they were about, and they were like known to being a teaching school. And so I was like, well, I mean, I'm going into that profession, so might as well, apply and try to get here.
Fuck yeah. So it just worked out. Was there like a period of time where you had to wait before like STC and Texas State, where you had to like wait a couple months or something?
No, no, I went to STC for 2 years, and then after that, or during that last semester there, when I was applying to get to Texas State, got accepted, and then just kind of spent the summer down in the Valley, and then in August moved up here when the school year started again.
Smooth transition.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And so let's think back on, we'll say Texas State. So during your 4 years, was it 4 years or just 2 years?
I did 4 years, yeah. Damn. I did 4 years, so I did a total of 6 years.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Shit. For an undergrad, fuck.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun. I took my time and everything, and it was cool. The thing was, like, some of my classes from STC didn't transfer over.
That's why.
So I was still considered like a sophomore when I moved up here, when I should have been a junior. And then I hit some rail bumps along the way at Texas State that delayed some things too. But
so guys, definitely, if you decide to go that route, community college first, which I recommend because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
You get your prereqs out of the way. Just make sure the university you want to go to has the transferable credits. Unless,
exactly.
If you don't look ahead of that, then you spend a little extra time getting delayed. So without those rail bumps and everything that you mentioned, what were they? Some of those things?
So moving up to Texas State, I got a little like, I don't know what you would say, but like I had the freedom. I wasn't living at home anymore. I was living in an apartment with my best friend, and just, not really having your parents around to tell you like what to do, or like, because even in college, you're an adult, but if you're still living at home, like for me, it was like, well, do you have a test coming up? Or if I wanted to skip class because I was tired and I was at home and my parents saw me, like, don't you have class right now? Like, just kind of that stuff. So being up here at Texas State by myself, it was easy to just not study or to not go to class when I wasn't feeling like it. And my grades started to show it, and I actually got on academic probation after my first year up here at Texas State, and I had a 1.8 GPA. I wasn't getting financial aid. And it wasn't like, because Texas State is known for like a party school, and it wasn't like I was partying. Like I would go out to parties and stuff, but I wasn't like, that's why I was failing. It was more just being lazy and not studying. And so I had a 1.8 GPA, and it was either like, pay out of pocket and get your grade back up so that you can receive financial aid, or move back home and go back to SDC. And I was like, well, I don't want to go back home. At that point, I had seen a bunch of people that I graduated with, or that graduated before me or after me, and they had moved away and then came back like a year later. I was like, I don't want to be one of those people that like just came back home. So I grinded it out, got my GPA back up, and was able to start receiving financial aid again, and just stuck it out.
Fuck yeah, dude, respect. I had no fucking clue about that. Yeah. Damn, so I'm sure that taught you a lot of things for sure, dog. So I assume that was also probably one of the more difficult challenges you had to face. But if you were to sum it all up, what was like the hardest struggle that you faced in college?
I guess just studying in general, like not just going to class, but I also like taking the time to reflect on what was taught in class and stuff, because I hated studying. Like I didn't like it. I thought it was like just a waste of time. Like I was just bored. And I guess I didn't have the best study like strategies and techniques either. So that also didn't help. So that really was probably the hardest part. And it wasn't really till I met Brittany, and she's studies all the time.
Type A type personality.
Yes, for sure. It's funny. One of the first times that we hung out, we were texting, and I was like, well, what are you going to do tonight? And she's like, well, I'll probably just study and get some stuff done. And she's like, and I asked to like come over, or she asked me to come over, or whatever. And I was like, yeah, I have a test coming up that I can study for. And in my head, I was like, we're not going to study. We're just going to chill. And
she was dead serious.
No, she was dead serious. We went to, cause like every apartment complex has like a little study area. So we went to her apartment complex's little study hall. And we were in one of the rooms, and she like whipped out all her books and her little book stand and like all the gadgets. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? Yeah.
Bro, I thought we were going to be in your apartment.
Yeah.
But...
I was like, I guess we're actually studying. So, so then I luckily I had taken my books and stuff, you know, was taking it just to look smart, but got all my stuff.
It worked.
And it worked out. And so
obviously it worked.
Yeah.
The photo stuff.
I studied that night and passed my test, and I was like, oh, I guess I can do this.
That's all the confidence I needed.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it really wasn't until I met her. And so like really got into that study routine and started getting good grades, and because I was studying.
Wow.
And I like ended up making the dean's list like the last year and a half that I was in school every semester. So, I mean, it was good. Man,
it goes to show that sometimes you just need someone to motivate you.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with people, obviously now your wife, to just get you on track, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. And I assume she's been doing more than just studying, like now in your everyday lives. Like
yeah.
She kind of helps you in different areas where you thought you were weak and
yeah, definitely.
Damn, that's fucking dope, bro. With that being said, what is something aside from studying that she has lifted up in your life?
Really my own channel. I mean, I've started my fantasy football advice channel, Talking Fantasy Football. It just started this past year on TikTok. Got a good following throughout the season. And it really was her. She was like, you're so knowledgeable like in this stuff. And like, she was noticing that I was like winning my leagues, you know, pretty consistently.
Aside from ours this year.
Aside from ours this year. I'll just say I drafted Christian McCaffrey first overall, so you can
pretty much
sum it up.
Yeah.
But I mean, not to like, I guess like humble brag, but yeah, I mean, I enjoy fantasy football. I do know a lot about it, and so started my own channel because of her. She was like, you could do this, and you know, people are going to follow you. And it's like, it's just because somebody has done it before doesn't mean that you're not going to be successful or have a following and whatnot. And
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, that was really like a good pushing, motivating factor to do it.
That's huge, man. Like having someone support you, especially your significant other, is huge.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I'm glad you had that. I mean, I would support you too. I'd be like, come on, you like, go ahead and do it, dog. I remember you hit me like 3 years ago. Hey, how do I set up my YouTube?
No, yeah. It started, it wasn't just this past year that I like got the idea and went with it.
Been there.
It's been there. It's kind of like been brewing. And again, it kind of like went back to like my first year at Texas State where I was just lazy about it. And I was like, I could do it, but like, I'd rather just watch TV or just play games on my...
Be the consumer.
Yeah, and like I get home from work after, you know, working, teaching, and then coaching and just want to relax.
Yeah.
And then not, you know, push myself to go do that stuff. So it had been, you know, in the works for a while. Yeah, like you said, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, I hit you up, like, because I knew you were starting to do stuff. And I had made the name Talking Fantasy Football, made like a semi logo and made a YouTube channel and a TikTok account, or I don't even think it was TikTok back then. It was something.
Yeah, probably something.
But I made everything, but never posted anything. And then until this past summer, so Brittany's in grad school, so she's like been studying a lot, and I was like, well, what am I doing? Like, I'm just chilling here on the couch, like just wasting my summer away. Not waste, like, yeah, I guess you could say wasting it away, because I mean, we can't go out and do stuff because she's studying. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna go and start doing research, and I went like all of June just doing like basic like research based stuff, and like what are people posting, like what are people watching, what do they call it, like reverse engineering or whatever. Yeah. So I kind of did that stuff, and then got like an idea of what kind of content I was going to be posting. And then July 1st I put out my first video and basically did a video every day throughout the entire season.
Pretty much, bro. And that shit blew up sometime in August from what I remember.
Yeah, the week 1, I remember I had like that first week leading up to the first Sunday of the season, I had, I don't know, a combined like 300, 500 views of the videos that I posted throughout the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I kind of also learned this just from watching other people that do the same content, is like, once people start doing bad in their league, they start falling off on watching the stuff. Yeah. So I was like, okay, this is kind of like why my views are going down a little bit. Yeah. People are not, the people that are losing, they're not wanting to watch this stuff because they're not invested anymore. Yeah. But yeah, I just kept pushing through. I mean, there was some times where I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Like,
yeah.
Or it's like, am I saying the right things? Like if, like you question your knowledge on things.
Yes.
So yeah.
You doubt yourself. So going back on that, man, that's crazy. So the reason why you probably passed college was because of your wife, Brittany, because you saw her study habits and said, fuck it, I might as well do something too.
Yeah.
And then coming back now, it's kind of full circle because she started studying again, and then you saw the same thing, like, I might as well fucking do my podcast. I mean, my talking football thing, fantasy football. Kind of fucking crazy thing about that shit.
No, I hadn't really put it together until we were just now talking about it.
Yeah, right. It gives me chills. I'm like, wow. Yeah, that's fucking amazing, guys. So find you guys a Brittany.
Yeah.
if you need that, if that's what you need. You know, some people need it, some people don't to get you motivated. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. So now let's see. So after you graduated college, man, started working as a teacher, did you go straight into it? Or did you kind of give yourself some time to be like,
I went straight into it. It was kind of weird. I mean, cause you graduate college and then you're just like kind of just thrown out into the real world, kind of like, I guess, like high school. So, I mean, it was like that transition period, but, our lease was up at our college apartment. And so we were like needing a place to move to. And at the time we were like, well, I don't know where I'm going to work and whatnot. And, obviously you need to have a job to pay the bills. So it's like, all right. So I was just applying everywhere in my last semester. I was student teaching, just applying everywhere, got a few interviews. And it was hard. The one thing that was difficult in my situation was I did my student teaching in the fall. So I was graduating at the end of the fall semester and would have had to like start working the spring, which not a lot of school districts are hiring in the middle of the school year.
That makes sense. Yep.
So I was kind of already expecting to just be like a full-time sub somewhere and just make money that way. But a position in Del Valley, just east of Austin, opened up at a middle school, and they liked my interview, hired me on. Spent one semester there because they were a little overstaffed on PE coaches, which I wasn't doing PE. I was doing an elective class called Teen Leadership. Pretty cool class, just kind of talks on leadership and, and adolescence and whatnot. But they had too many PE teachers, so they were going to take one of those guys and move him to my position, and they were going to relocate me. And they relocated me to an elementary, and I did elementary PE for 2 years before I moved back up to the middle school to coach.
Which is where you're currently at right now?
Yeah. Okay, this is my 6th year there now.
You're coaching football?
Football, track, and soccer.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wearing you thin, dog. Where the fuck you find the time to do your fucking podcast? I mean, your fucking fantasy football.
Dude, yeah, man. It was during football season, we had morning practices, so get up there around 5:45, be like on the field by 6:15, practice, go to school. After school, I'd come home and, try to get a little workout in, or just go straight into research stuff and do my research, whatever, record, kind of edit real quick and get ready to post the next day. So that was kind of my routine throughout the season.
Nice. Okay. Also, with that being said, how is it balancing like your life and your relationship with your wife while having to do that? Was it difficult or was it pretty good because she supported you? Yeah,
no, it was good. Like, she supported me, and she also has like her own little social media platform that she does. So she understood everything that came with it, and she was also, like I said, in grad school. So the time that I was doing all my stuff, she's, doing her stuff.
I just locked in right now.
Yeah. And then like she lets herself take breaks, from studying. It's not like she just is constantly studying and like on the weekends, we'll still go out and do stuff.
Yeah, it didn't enjoy life, bro.
Yeah, it didn't really affect like that at all.
Good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we got a good ass marriage, dog. That's why you've been together since 2018, which is like 7 years, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's been a while.
7 years, bro.
Yeah, 7 years since you tore your Achilles.
Dog, that was fucking. I pulled up to this guy's wedding in fucking crutches. Yeah. Drove all the way from San Antonio, like 2.5 hours to Victoria, Texas. So shout out Brandon, shout out Caesar, shout out VC, shout out who else was there?
Brandon, Caesar, VC. I think that was everybody, wasn't
I think
it?
that's about it. I mean, Andy didn't go all anxious and shit, so he didn't want to meet us.
Yeah.
But that was a good time. But we were weird because we were just staying at the table and not even partying with you. And then I remember your wife called us out like, "Who the fuck are all those people?" Those are my gamer friends, which makes sense. You know, we're all socially anxious and whatnot. And I just remember at the end of the night, I was knocked out because we were pretty turned. I think we had an after party in your hotel room or something.
Yeah.
But I was knocked out in bed. Brandon always like holds it against me. He was throwing up. He woke up like 4 a.m. was just throwing up in the toilet like, glide. I'm like, dude, what do you expect me to do? I got no Achilles here. I mean, even if I could, I would just be like, dog, what do you want from me? Oh man, we got some hilarious fucking group chat videos from that, whether it be Brandon cracking the fuck up while I'm coaching Caesar up on how to talk to a girl in the fucking line. And I'm like, dog, why are you so the way you are? Just talk to the girl, dog. Yeah. He's like, I don't know. What do I say? Next thing you know, like I'm on my way to the bathroom with Brandon, and then the girl just comes up to me and she's just like, hey, you want to dance? I'm like, sure. I'm just like fucking hopping on one foot, dancing with this girl. I don't even know what her name was, but that would have been dope if we linked up. But anyways, that's beside the point. That was a good ass time, bro. Yeah. Fucking hilarious. But yeah, we digress. As always. So what were we talking about before we started saying that stuff? So you started meeting
7 years since marriage. Yeah.
Okay, so let's give some advice to young couples out there. What do you think is the best thing that keeps you guys like strong and connected?
I think it's just, I mean, we already talked about, we support each other in our, endeavors and like what we're trying to strive for. And then like I guess some people may see it as weird, but like we like doing, we're two separate people. We like our own things. We're interested in our own things. So we're not constantly together. Like if we're here at home, she may be in the room, like watching whatever she's watching, and I'm out here playing video games, and and then we get together for like dinner and hang out then. But like just like our space, like we let each other have our space when we need it or when we want it, not constantly just need to be next to each other the entire time.
Codependent type shit.
Yeah. So I mean that's one thing that I've noticed, like just between us and like other people and other relationships that are just always doing everything together, which is great. If that works for you, but that works. But I think that's something that works for us, that allows us to do what we want to do or take interest in the things that we take interest in. And then there's things that we take interest in together, like we like to go out dancing, we like to just
bro, I remember being at your wedding. You guys had a whole dance routine.
Yeah,
to see you fucking like fucking dirty dancing type shit. Like fucking she's just hang on to your hand.
There's the pictures right back there,
where is it?
On the far right in the middle.
So that's when that's the wedding.
Yeah, that's the wedding there.
That's a core memory in my fucking head. I'm just like, damn, I didn't know you had it like that, Eli. Low-key got a little, my palms got a little sweaty when I saw that. No, just kidding. That was fucking hilarious. But damn, bro, hell yeah, man. So pretty much just the support for sure.
Yeah.
The support, and then you're having your own space, which is important, bro, because, sometimes we just need to do our own thing for a little bit.
Decompress and do your own thing. Do things that, bring you, good, happiness, joy, whatever.
Yeah, kind of like bringing it back to when you were dating. You kind of had your own space, and then you would meet and date. Yeah, that's fucking perfect, bro. Fucking perfect. Hell yeah, dog. Okay, let's see. Let's talk about I do want to dive more into your fantasy football thing. So let's take it back to. I know you mentioned it was always something that you wanted to do in college, right? Or no, after you graduated.
It was after, yeah.
Okay. So what made you, and we'll dive more into like the business aspect of it. What made you finally just take that leap? I know it was from Brittany, like doing her thing, and then you said, fuck it, I might as well go do it. So
yeah,
what made you because I know when you're posting, like recording yourself, I know the feeling of insecurity of like, how are people going to see me? Am I acting weird? Am I saying it wrong?
Yeah.
What made you just be like, fuck it, and just upload?
There's a bunch of guys that I watch on YouTube already, guys at BDG or Owner's Box, and just different channels that I watch that they mainly do a bunch of trivia stuff, but they also do like fantasy content as well. And it was just watching them and watching like how they're just all just chilling, like basically just hanging out with the boys all day talking sports, and I'm like,
that's a dream.
Yeah, like why? Like these guys are getting paid to do all that stuff. Like that's badass. And so I was like, well, got to start somewhere. Like, I could, hit everybody up, but then we all live different places and whatnot, and it's harder to do it that way. But I was like, if I get started and get it rolling, and then start bringing people on later on, and eventually build to something like that, it's got to start somewhere. So
exactly.
And so I just went for it. And then I think my first video was like my top 10 quarterback going into the season. And so then just went straight into it and just hit record and posted almost every day for, it was July till December. So
yeah, which makes it's great for you in the summer because you have off.
Yeah.
But
it definitely did get harder when school started.
Yeah.
And you can tell in my videos, I went from like showing player highlights clipped up and whatnot.
There's only so much you can do.
With voiceovers, and then it went to me like just sitting in front of the camera with like stuff popping up, and then it went to just me sitting with a green screen behind me, and then just talking like that. And
so you're just kind of figuring it all out.
Yeah, just kind of figured it all out and worked, and just did whatever worked for me at the time.
Yeah.
I had more time in the summer, obviously, to edit. Than I did during the school year and during football season. So
yeah, editing is a whole nother process, bro.
Yeah.
It's really time consuming.
I think my first video took me like 2 hours, and it was only like a minute long. It was just learning everything. And like
trial and error for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So since with all the videos that you've been recording, what do you think hits the most, or what works best that you've seen, like gets the most views, gets the most interaction and all the engagement and everything? Like, is it from the green screen? Is it from just not putting much effort? Or is it just being yourself? What kind of gets the most?
I think as far as like views and stuff, I think including some player highlights in there, like grasp the attention of the viewers more than just having a random person sitting there on screen. But then I think like the knowledge part of it also goes a long way. Because I was pretty good, beforehand, but then like creating the content and like trying to be, confident in what I'm putting out, I did even more research than I normally would have done, and like did some more like stat diving and stuff like that. And I think whenever that started to come out in some of my videos, it really did enhance, like, I guess you could say, like, some of my accuracy in what I was talking about. And like when it came to like starting players or picking one guy over the other and stuff like that. And I don't necessarily know if that like increased views or boosted engagement, but and then there's always just people out there that are just looking for someone to tell them to start a certain player. Like they can't make a decision for themselves, so they're just like, hey, tell me. And
that was literally me.
Yeah.
So man, crazy. I forgot to mention this, but I remember when I first started my first fantasy football like ever was in 2018, which is probably the same year you got married. And I went straight to Eli and I was like, dog, can you help me throw out my draft? So we were literally like texting live draft. Like, I draft this guy. Is this one good? Yeah, draft that one. And so that first year, I actually ended up winning it all. And so that's when I was like, Eli, you the guy, dog. We're gonna hit you every fucking year. And that was 7 years ago. So it's kind of been in the works for a while. Just a seed that's kind of been growing and everything. So now we're here, which is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk more about that behind camera, about like ideas to, try to boost your stuff. But I guess since we are talking about that, what future plans do you have going forward for the upcoming season in September?
I'd like to do more long form stuff rather than just short form TikTok. Obviously, we TikTok went away for 12 hours, so I mean it's not guaranteed it's going to stay. And I was a little like, I wasn't super bummed out because I only had like 1,000 followers, which I mean, I say only 1,000, but 1,000 is a lot, you know. I mean, you think of like having 1,000 people like
all looking at you.
Yeah, but
that's 2,000 eyes.
Yeah, but like in comparison to some of these big time creators who have, you know, hundreds of thousands or even millions, like I wasn't as bummed out as probably they were that their income was going away, because I wasn't even making money off of this. Yeah. So like just looking at that, and it's like, well, you know, it may not be around for a while, like, but YouTube's been here and it's not going anywhere. Yeah. So I was like, maybe making more long form stuff and then cutting that stuff up to shorts and posting it on all platforms that are available, you know?
Yeah. And then going back to what you said, you felt you saw more engagement when you got more deep into the analytics. And I think that's what people like to see. I just from the first thought, they like to see your genius at work. You know what I'm saying? Like you being genuine and authentic with it and being like, I did the fucking research, so you should probably listen. Yeah. Like, this is something that you can't do in your own time, so I'm doing it for you. And so when they see the numbers and they see how detailed it is, they're just throwing it back and they're immediately like, I'm gonna follow this guy. He's got some good shit. And I think that's how they're getting attached to you for sure. At least that's how I was. When you would give me in-depth stuff and just a random dude, I was just like, should I start this guy? And then you go fucking 5 messages deep. And I'm like, I just needed a yes or no. No, I do appreciate it, you know, because it gives me the insight on it.
Yeah, and I also like to let people make their own decisions too. Like, it's like, if obviously I want to help you out and whatnot, but I don't want to just see like, hey, like start Jameson Williams over Chris Olave. Like, I just don't want to say that. Like, I want to give you a reason why.
Jameson Williams went crazy this year.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and I wasn't expecting that. I missed on that shot at the beginning of this, like during draft season.
Was he drafted or was he?
He was drafted late. I think.
Fuck.
Yeah, he was drafted late. I didn't think he was going to be good. I told people not to draft him.
It's just what it is, bro.
Yeah, and then like at the same time, like
it's unpredictable,
and like someone like him, he has like really big boom games and like really low games as well. So I mean,
but he did really consistent boom.
Yeah.
And Jaden Daniels, you son of a bitch. What round did you get him?
Oh, Jaden Daniels. I don't think I got him till like the 11th round.
The 11th?
11th or 12th.
Jaden, bro?
Yeah.
Wow. Now he's going to be like second round pick, third round pick. Dog.
I wanted Kyler Murray and
fuck Kyler, dog.
Brandon took him. I was going to stack him. I just drafted Trey McBride and I was like, all right, next round coming up, I'm going to take Kyler. And like 3 picks before me, Brandon took him, which ended up being great. I texted him on the side, like during the draft, I was like, fuck you. And it ended up working out for me because it was either Kyler or wait for Jaden. That was my strategy going into the draft.
Good move. I didn't even know who the hell Jaden Daniels was.
Yeah. And so, I mean,
it's because I don't watch football like that.
He was good at LSU, Heisman winner, and he was going into a good situation with Cliff Kingsbury as his OC, who was Kyler Murray's OC when he was
already deep enough. I'm like, damn. keep going.
When he was Kyler Murray's OC when he was head coach in Arizona, and Kyler Murray's rookie year, I think he was like a top 6 quarterback in fantasy, and I was like, things are just like lining up too perfectly here. Like Jaden Daniels is also a lot more accurate with the ball, and so it's like, dude, like. He's gonna go off, and same thing with Terry McLaurin.
Yeah,
like people.
But he fucked me in the finals.
Yeah,
gave me that goose egg when I did not need that.
Yeah,
fuck. He was scary, Terry. I love you, though, but like, come on.
Yeah, he was one that people were out on, and I was like, well, Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback he's had his whole career, and so. Like
that is true.
He's going to go off now.
That is true.
And
you traded him to me.
I did. I was desperate because of CMC. I was trying to make up ground.
It was only me and you that were making trades for the most part with each other. But you made trades with like Tony and all that too.
Yeah, right? I had made a trade with Tony, and I think I made a trade with VC as well. Mm-hmm. I think me and VC make at least one trade every year.
Yeah, because you guys VC almost came back.
Yeah,
man, that was crazy.
It was a crazy stat that it was like. I don't know. It's like 60% of playoff teams have Jamar Chase on their roster. And in our league, it was on VC's team who didn't make the playoffs. I was like, yeah, what happened to you?
That's just his luck, right?
No, yeah, it is.
Damn, VC, shout out VC, though, for running that league. I ain't gonna get into what happened later, but you know,
just to talk about VC's luck really quick is this guy needed 15 points from Jamar Chase in a championship game, and that same game was the game that DeMar Hamlin died on the field.
Died? Well, he didn't die.
Or, you know, his heart stopped.
Shit. Actually, you're right. Yeah. He died and came back to life.
Came back, and the game gets canceled. And
what did you guys decide to do on that?
We split the money, but I got the title.
Oh.
It was against me,
Yeah, you would have won. I don't know. Damn.
He needed 15 points from Jamar, and Jamar can easily do that.
For sure.
I mean, I was shitting bricks.
But you'd be surprised, bro. Fucking Justin Jefferson fucked me that year. And then Scary Terry fucked me this year.
Yeah.
It's just always comes down to that one player, bro, that can ruin it all. That's because I probably would have won had Caesar. Actually, no, Caesar had a pretty good final weeks too, from what I saw.
Oh no, Caesar he lost like 6 in a row to end the season or something.
Dude, he was going, and he was just posting nonstop, like 8 in a row.
Yeah, he was
so annoying.
He was 8-0, and then I think he lost every game after that.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I beat him twice in a row or something, but. Yeah, fuck off, Caesar. We all hate you, dog. I'm just kidding. Much love, bro. So shout out Caesar, straight up. But fucking, that's what he gets, dog. No, I'm just kidding. Because it was so annoying. We all hated it. Like, dude, why are you?
And it's not like
blowing this up on your fucking story.
And it's not like he had like a dominating team. Like he had a good team. He had Derrick Henry and Amon-Ra.
True.
He had David Montgomery too, who's like is good for a touchdown a game
for sure.
But it's not like he was blowing people out. Like he was always in the bottom of the league and scoring every week, even with some of those guys. So I mean, that's the thing that pissed me off the most. That's the thing that annoys me about fantasy probably the most is that you can play against somebody and have a badass week and lose because they had an even better week. And then half the league didn't even score as much as you did, and you still lose.
It's just what it is.
Yeah,
it's just that's just fantasy.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes sometimes. But it's so annoying when it happens. It happened to me like 3 times this year,
bro. I really wanted to beat Raphael, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, not really. I was like, whatever. It was competitive, which I enjoyed. Had I played neighbors regardless, I would have lost. I did.
Yeah, I don't think there was an outcome where you won.
Unless like Scary Terry scored at least fucking something.
Yeah.
You know? Actually, no. Actually, regardless, I still would have lost. It still would have been a good
one. From what I remember, there was like no combination of players switched out.
I think it was the defense that fucked me too. Because I had picked up the Colts or something.
Oh, yeah, and they were going against like the Jags or the Raiders,
because I was going to pick up the Raiders defense, but VC, fucking asshole, just picks them up out of nowhere.
Yeah, he was
in the morning. That's because I thought about picking him up on Friday too. I was like, I forgot. And then had I had picked up that defense and not let it go and be lazy, I would probably won. And started neighbors as well. But we can't be stuck in those ruminating thoughts.
Speaking of defenses, I think that's one video that did get a lot of engagement because I think people are like, it can swing a game. Like people really don't think about defenses or kickers all that much. They think about like mainly the skill guys, but they're still part of the team that are gaining you points. So I mean, it can really swing, your matchup. Yeah. And so like towards the end of the season, I did get an uptick in those videos whenever I would talk about streaming defenses and whatnot. So that was one video that I got a lot of comments and engagements on.
Interesting.
Man, I told people to pick up the Falcons, and they fucking went off back-to-back weeks. Yeah. Like 20 plus points back-to-back weeks.
Damn. Fuck. Yeah. That was so unexpected too.
Yeah, it's all based on matchup and everything. Yeah, they were going against shitty offenses at the time.
And I think that's how it goes at the end of the season because you pretty much have solid players. It's just like adding that extra points.
Yeah, that thing is going to take you
kickers, over. Yeah, or even a flex, whatever it may be. Whenever I draft, man, I don't even care about tight ends anymore. Because you've seen it with Travis Kelce.
Yeah, if you don't get the top guys, then you're just kind of, just
let that be the one that you worry about, opposed to like quarterback, running back, and wide receiver, because those are always the toughest to find. I mean, wide receiver, you can find someone like that comes out out of nowhere. That probably there's more options there, but tight end and it's like fuck it, whatever, tight ends, whatever. But quarterback for sure as well. I mean, some quarterbacks come out of nowhere also.
Yeah, I mean,
off the waiver.
Baker Mayfield, I don't think was drafted at all, or like drafted really low, and went off. I think he had the most passing touchdowns this past season.
Yeah, he was tearing it up for like the first half of the season.
Yeah, he was top five in points scored.
Damn. True.
For most of the season. I don't know. I forget where he ended up at, but he had a great season. Fantasy wise. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think anyone expected it. Who knows? Do you know what it was? Coaching, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit of coaching, a little bit of, just familiarity and, second season with the same organization.
That is
working with Mike Evans,
Yeah, but then Chris Godwin got hurt, so maybe that may have impacted his season following the rest of it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Chris Godwin, damn, he's still tearing it up. I had him. So back when I won 2018, I had him, CMC. Who's the guy in Seahawks? This fast dude.
Seahawks.
He's not
receiver?
doing too well now. Yeah, receiver.
DK?
No, it wasn't DK. It was the other guy.
Lockett.
I had Lockett. Who was my quarterback? I forgot. But that was just hearing those three names. Yeah. CMC had the fucking MVP season. Carried me to the finals, bro. Carried me. And so then last year he did really good. And then, so I don't blame you for drafting him first.
Yeah. I mean, he carried me to a championship last year.
Oh, nice.
And so then I get the number one pick, and I'm like, well,
might
as well take him again.
Run the train, ride the train.
And all the reports were, his calf is fine or whatever. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna take him. And then fucking Monday Night Football, like an hour before, they're like, oh, he's inactive and he might miss the next 4 weeks.
You're just like,
and I'm like,
Jordan Mason, get your ass in here. Get your ass in there, Jordan Mason.
And so, and like I was like, set on CMC, or I was going to draft Jordan Mason, but I didn't think anybody was going to draft him. And so I was going to take him with like the last round pick, and then Tony takes him with like,
of course Tony would.
We have 16 rounds in our draft, so he took him at like 14 or 15 or something like that.
Of course he'd pull that up.
And I'm like, of course, yeah. Tony hoards backup running backs that he doesn't even have the starter on his team. At one point in the season, he had like Braylon Allen, Trey Benson, and some other backup, and he didn't have any of those guys like on his actual
he's just starters. Doing it so that like he's waiting for someone to get hurt.
Yeah, he's just waiting for someone to get hurt.
I mean, not too bad. Oh shit, man. Okay, so fucking all that. So let's kind of bring it back to a little bit college stuff.
Yeah.
So reflecting. Well, just in life in general, reflecting back on your life or post-college life journey, like, what are you most proud of? I mean, it could be your life in general. Yeah,
I mean, just the life that, Brittany and I have provided ourselves, just, all the hard work that we put into college, and then, being able to get the jobs that we currently have, and being able to, afford the house that, we bought going on 4 years now. That we moved in here, just being able to do the things we do, take trips and all that stuff. So yeah, just what it provided, the life it provided us.
Yeah. I mean, you guys have a beautiful home, fucking huge. First off, how many bedrooms? 4? 3?
It's technically 5, but we converted one of them into Brittany's office. So
damn. How much was it when you bought it?
It was $340.
3-4. Damn, that's the real estate out here.
Yeah,
at that time.
Yeah, 40? I mean,
it is 5.
The Austin area is just blowing general. Up. All these houses around here.
It's all because of Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
it's all because of Joe Rogan. He's probably out there right now doing a pod right now. Fucking shit. All right. So, what philosophy or principles do you now live by throughout your life?
Philosophies and principles. I mean, if there's something that I want to strive for, or just want to do in general, just try to focus on that, and put my my work and head into that, and also just leaning on my faith in God, and just trying to strive in that every day, and trusting Him that He'll get me to where I want to be.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's the common theme I've been seeing in my last 4 podcasts that I've done in the span of fucking like 5 days. Is God, like living by faith, like having the belief that despite wherever you are in life, you know, these struggles, you don't know what the future is. Just having that faith that God's gonna pave the right path for you and walk that path, bro. You know, because we live in a world where we're always anxious and uncertain of what's gonna happen. And that's the main reason why we're anxious, because we're uncertain of the future. But once you have faith, bro, like you kind of just let Jesus take the wheel, essentially. Yeah. You know, you just walk it. Just trust the anxiety and everything's gone, bro. Yeah. That's all it is. Hell yeah. So now in hindsight, what do you wish you knew to better prepare for the transition from being a college student to a young professional?
I mean, as far as like with my profession, like they teach you a bunch of, you know, teaching strategies. They teach you, you know, the content and, you know, stuff like that, or give you the knowledge to teach some of the content that you're going to be teaching. But they don't really prepare you for like managing a classroom or like being the adult in the room, you know what I'm saying? Or at least from what I remember, cause like my first teaching job, and I was like, shit, like I'm the one in charge here. Like, if these people need an adult, like they're gonna look to me.
You're like, dude, I'm just a young adult.
I was like, I'm only 24 years old, man. I was just at Rainy Street last week.
I'm still getting over this hangover right now. I don't even know. Fucking shit. Damn.
So I mean, I guess just more of like preparing you for like actually dealing with the kids in the classroom, like, because I mean they're teaching you how to be a teacher, but then like some of the stuff, I mean, a lot of what comes into being a teacher is classroom management too. But yeah, I mean, that's me. I guess that's mainly the biggest thing for me.
Learning how to be an adult with kids.
With kids, yeah.
Because you started grade school, right? Was it grade school?
I started with the middle schoolers, and then I went to elementary and then back to middle school.
Got you. Yeah. Damn. Yeah, especially if we work with kids, bro. I work with kids for a living too, occupational therapy, and so it's just like, damn, you gotta put your foot down sometimes.
No, yeah, for sure.
Put your fucking foot not on their neck. Sometimes you, I'm just kidding. Sometimes, bro, but yeah, man, it's tough. It's tough because you still feel like you're a kid, and you're like, damn, I gotta manage these fucks.
Yeah, and so like, yes, I mean, I still feel, you know, I joke around with the kids and everything as well. Like, so I mean. Yeah, we're there, we're doing work and stuff, but, you know, on downtime or, you know, I'll just mess around. I'll joke around with them and, you know, just try to relate to them a little bit. So it's not just so like me getting onto them all the time.
Being a disciplinary the whole time. Yeah. I remember you used to incorporate Among Us quite often.
Oh yeah, during COVID, like we had block periods for whatever reason. We switched from regular 7-period schedule to block scheduling. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea just because COVID was a thing. I don't know. So we ended up having like a bunch of time in class because I mean it's like an hour and a half periods, and so towards the end of class we were already done with what we needed to get done that day, and you know we have half kids online and half kids are in person, and so I was like, y'all want to play Among Us? And they're like, yeah. So they all whip out their phone and somebody sets it up and they say the code out and we're all just playing there with each other. So
bro, you were so good at Among Us when we'd play together. I'd be like, dude, why is Eli so good? This is pissing me off. Like I suck at this game, bro. But
yeah, I was pretty strategic in the way I moved around on that game, and it was probably because I played with a bunch of middle schoolers who were also good, so I needed to be good.
You needed to be good, bro. That's so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Doug. So if you can go back to college, or even just like that transition from college student to young professional, what advice would you give yourself?
You know, just suck it up. Like,
suck it up.
Like, I know you don't want to study. I know you don't want to do this. I know you don't want to go to class, but you know, at the end of the day, like you're going to better yourself by doing this stuff. And, you know, especially early on when I came up to Texas State, like when I was struggling with my grades and, you know, if I had better, you know, study habits and whatnot, I wouldn't have put myself in that position. And, you know, so just to avoid all that, you know, just put your head down and get going, grind it out, you know, embrace the suck.
Embrace the suck, bro. Who says that? David Goggins?
I don't know.
Someone says it.
One of the coaches said it
Embrace
recently
the suck,
and just stuck. Yeah.
Embrace the suck. Hell yeah. General advice for new grads or young professionals?
New grads and new professionals, just learn, just ask questions, be curious. You may seem like you're coming off as, annoying and whatnot to some people just because you're always asking questions, but you're literally new to the profession. You're new to the field that you're going into, and what they taught you in school. Yes, it helped you prepare to where you're going, but there's a lot more that goes into, when you're actually in it. Like I said, with teaching, they teach you teaching strategies, they teach you, the content and stuff like that. But there's more that goes into it, with classroom management, with, being able to, show the kids that you care and stuff like that. And, just working in a school as well. So just be curious, ask questions, and always, be willing to learn.
Oh yeah, bro. Be inquisitive. That's literally what my past podcast said. Like, it's okay, bro. You're going to have imposter syndrome. Come straight out. You think that you know everything, but in reality, you don't. Mm-hmm. And so it doesn't hurt. I mean, Kobe Bryant says it beautifully too. Just be inquisitive, ask questions, and ask the top people. They're more likely going to be helpful than see you as, a dumbass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For the most part. So don't be afraid, guys.
Yeah.
Don't be all timid and shit like some of you high school, college students out there. I'll be seeing it. All right, dog. So rapid fire questions now, man. So, again, you don't have to answer it super quickly. Some people, most of the time, they go deep with it.
Yeah.
But all right. So you ready? So, a book, podcast, or resource that you recommend?
I'm currently doing, I think it's Father Mike Schmidt's Bible in a Year podcast. And he did this back in 2022. So it's already all laid out there, but January 1st, and he reads a couple passages from different books and whatnot. And so it's literally going through the Bible in a whole year. And so, if you, are somebody who's, busy or just like on the road a lot, just putting on the podcast and, still getting your Bible time in.
Exactly. Yeah. Like learning in general, like you mentioned earlier, like just continue to learn. Yeah. Best memory from college?
There's a lot of different things.
Rainy, the square, the fucking stoner pizza, dog.
Yeah,
shit.
The stoner pie at Gumby's. Yeah. I would say just, whenever I met Brittany is like really when I like actually, went out and did more socially active things. Before then, I was living with my best friend, but he was in a long-term relationship with his girl at that time. And so they were always together and whatnot. And so, not to say that I was like alone, I still made friends like through the exercise and sports science club and whatnot, but like actually like going out and exploring different things, like, just even exploring Austin and whatnot, or going, exploring San Antonio or whatever the case was, just doing all that stuff. And, and also, the early memories, I guess, of our relationship as well.
For sure, bro.
Yeah.
Because I kind of just shifted your life, man. Crazy ass shit. You never know, man. You never know who you meet. Mm-hmm. One habit that has transformed your post-grad life?
Let's see. I would say just trying to work out, stay healthy as much as possible. I've had, periods of time where I've done really good, and then other periods of time where I've fallen off and gained some weight and just been lazy about it. And, suffered a knee injury a couple of years ago, and then that set me back, and, just rehabbing from that and whatnot. But just, the journey of, keeping yourself healthy and, try to make it a priority to get some type of physical activity in and eat healthier and meal prep, so it's not as daunting whenever you have to cook every single night or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it takes up a lot of time and energy as well, especially after a long day of work. You're like, I ain't trying to fucking cook right now. Let me just and then that's what it leads to. That's what turns to fucking eating like shit. So, being proactive. Like I walked in here, I was like, damn, it smells fucking good as hell. What the hell you be cooking? Like, I just meal prep some stuff. I was like, fuck, good shit, bro. Good shit. And you got it done early. Or wait, it's like 5 right now.
Yeah, it's 5.
Damn. So hell yeah, stay healthy, guys. It's important. So what's next on your personal and or professional journey?
Professional journey. So in school, coaching wise, we got track season coming up. So we should have a pretty good team. We usually do, like track wise. We have some pretty good sprinters, some pretty good, just all around athletes. Our 7th grade group has been a beast so far this year.
Nice.
And then we'll move into soccer and finish out the school year with that. Personally, Brittany's graduating college soon, or grad school soon, and we're going to be taking a couple trips to celebrate. We'll be going to Nashville in May. Hopefully do an all-inclusive either in Cancun, Cabo, somewhere in like September, October area.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, and so... Yeah, just try to get out and travel more.
So she's already going to graduate? I thought she was just starting.
No, yeah, she's been in it. She's
oh, snap.
She'll be graduating in August. Yeah.
I fucking missed that. I was like, oh, damn, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good for her. So she's already going.
She walks in May, and then we'll graduate in August.
Oh, it's going to go by fast.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
She's going to walk in May.
I was like, wait, what?
And then, like, officially graduate in August because they don't have graduation ceremonies in August.
I thought they did.
Not at her
here.
school. Yeah.
This is what school is it?
TWU. Texas
Houston?
Women's. Denton.
Oh, it's hybrid or what?
Yeah, it's a hybrid. And they have, like, different regions and stuff, so, yeah.
All right. Fuck yeah. All right, man. So, again, Eli, thanks for having me here at your beautiful home. How can people connect with you, bro?
I mean, on TikTok, don't really post as much on Instagram or YouTube, but going to at some point. But talking fantasy football on all those platforms. Gotcha. They can find my stuff. Haven't posted since the end of the regular season. Hoping to get some like draft content out when the NFL draft is coming around or free agency comes around. Just give my input on guys that are moving around to different teams and how that could affect fantasy implications and whatnot. But yeah, talking fantasy football is where y'all can find me.
Fuck yeah, bro. You're gonna be living the dream soon, dog. You're gonna be here having guests on.
Yeah.
Talking about football the whole time, getting paid.
Yep.
Fuck the schools. No disrespect to the schools, but fuck the schools. So man, I see it. I envision it, bro. Like you're gonna have a setup like this. You're gonna get the things that I got here. Yeah. And it's gonna be a good time. Unless you just get like a whole separate office. But I think this is a good place, man. Yeah. The way it is set up and everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have a room that we can just transfer or transform into a studio.
For sure.
So I mean,
and you can do Brittany's thing, whatever she decides. I forget, what is she doing for social media?
So she's hoping to start some like speech therapy content and stuff.
Oh, yeah, that'll be hella fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the parents will be all up on that, bro. They always be all up on that.
Yeah, she also has some like floating the river content where like what to take to the river. Because in the summer, we go to the river here in San Marcos like at least once a week, float the river. So, I mean, she's, like type A, have a bunch of different things for everything you can imagine.
Oh, yeah. That'll resonate a lot with the young couples and moms and all that, or whoever goes out here, especially in this area, whatever it may be. But yeah, I think both of y'all are going to just end up being YouTubers and not even do what you're doing with your degree, but that's the dream, bro. Financial independence, financial freedom, do your own thing, be flexible, fuck being following someone else's schedule. You gotta be there for
working for the man.
Working for the man, dog. So this is why we're doing this. You and I both, and shit, we're just in the starting, bro. But I envision it. It, dog. Hell yeah, dog. Appreciate you, dog.
Yeah, of course.
Oh shit. All right.